Hello, everybody. What is up? This music's kind of going crazy right now. I'm not gonna lie. The heck? Oh. Is this a remix? It's like a remix. Is this what the kids call a remix? Wow. Oh. Okay. What's up, Pichu? Fortnite balls? I agree. What's up, Emerald? Been a minute. How you been? Excuse me, what martial art have I been missing out on? I mean, none. I made a post and I asked if people wanted to see me like try to make a game or something, or like learn how to do it. And like the vast majority was like yes. So I'm doing it. It's gonna be bad, Chad, I'm telling you. I'm not gonna know at all what I'm doing. But that's the funny part. That's what makes it funny. Is that not what makes it funny? Yeah, but that's pretty much the gist of today. Should be fun. Should be fun. Geez, sorry, I was just silent for like a solid 30 seconds. My bad. I was just thinking. And I was typing in Discord and stuff. My bad. Ba-ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum. I'm gonna have to keep this music going. I like the streams where I can just keep this music going. What are these songs? They feel like a remixes, like a bunch of remixes of other songs. Hi, Creeper. Oh, hi, Bino. You shoot rotoscope feet is all I'm gonna say. Okay, bye. Okay. Alright. I got you. I got you. Alright, chat. Well, I have here, you know what, let me get in and let me non-copyrighted music and streams videos. I use Nintendo music which you'd think gets copyrighted very easily. It doesn't. It never gets copyrighted. I use this channel. There's this channel I really like. Vanille's theme. I'll show you guys. Vanille's theme I use. And they just post like 2-3 hour like videos of a bunch of those songs in a row, and I just put a bunch of them in a playlist, and that's what I play. The Nintendo Ninjas. Oh no, they got me. They finally found me. They finally found me, bro. No. Alright, let me get into this. I'll show you all my little secret. Where'd you hide my bat? It's, look, I'm gonna be honest. It's in a box, and I shipped it to Guatemala. My bad. Didn't mean to. I accidentally did that. You gonna learn scripting? I don't know what I'm gonna learn. I have the wiki. So, chat, here, let me get in here. Let me get in here real quick. So, chat, we're using Godot. I've been recommended it. I know of it. I've never used it before. The only game engine I've ever used at all was... I think I used Unity for like 2 days. But I've been recommended this one. What's up, Chunko? Marsh Funk in like a week. Say Marsh. Okay, hold on. Let me get it to you clean real quick. Hold up. Better make a banger out of this. Marsh. There you go. Got it to you clean. Religion suck. They're so hard. I don't know. I can't really speak on anything. I guess I've used Unreal Editor for Fortnite. I've used that. You want me to go more enthusiastic? Okay. I got you. Hold on. Marsh. Let me get it again. Well, Marsh. Okay, let me go again. I'm getting you multiple just in case you want to like use the different ones. Marsh. Let me get one more. Marsh. There you go. All right, got it too clean. Where'd my music go? Oh. I turned down my headphones. I was like, where'd my music go? Ones remember Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? LTF Family Guy remix song Marsh made like a year ago. Yo, that song went so hard. That song is so crazy. Yo, I can't even remember that. I like a month ago I was like looking back at it. I was like, wait, what does this sound like now? It's just so bad. so bad. But that's what made it funny. Oh yeah. Great channel. They just make these long videos, and I just put a bunch of them into a playlist, and I shuffle the playlist on stream. There you go. There's the sauce. Got you in a week. New background music, maybe in a little while. What the heck? That actually, that's really funny. But, so chat, I also have the Godot wiki up. So we're probably going to be following this a lot. Yeah. This is going to be bad. But we're just going to get in there and see see what's going on. That's what we're going to do. Put my files there for a second. What browser is that? What browser is this? It's Firefox. Epic Firefox. We love Firefox. Firefox is so good. I don't need game audio, do I? Oh, wait, actually, I'll see if I capture audio from Godot. It's not going to matter, I don't think, for a little while at least. I'm trying to make stuff works. Firefox looks cool. It is cool. It's a good browser. It's a good browser. Great browser. Firefox. Sponsor me. Sponsor me. I'd love that. They'll never sponsor me, chat. All right. Let's lock it in. Create new project. Fart game. Forward plus mobile compatibility. Yeah. Sure. Fart game. The greatest game you've ever seen. 2D, 3D? Stop. Stop. This looks really simple, though. This looks so simple, chat. It looks so simple. Okay, so we got an asset library. So you can get stuff. You can get stuff. Right? We're just making a game about farts that can have mods. That's the biggest part of it. I make the game, and then everybody mods it and makes a completely different game. Okay, so we have our output here. I like that. I like that. We got all this stuff. Okay, cool. We have animations. That's cool. Shader editors. Yeah. Fart game, but I turn into a new mob every minute. Wait. I think I know where you got that from. I think I might. Make a roguelike with farts. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. You add Don Cheadle to the game? Yeah, he'll be the main character. The main character, Don Cheadle. Will be the farter. Of course. I love fart game just being right there. That's very funny. Alright, so what do I do here? Getting started. Well, before you start. Tutorials and resources page. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Read the entirety of Payday 2. It's super simple. Now you're on to something. A 3D scene. I don't already have a 3D scene. Ooh! I added a node. Peak. Peak. Put that back to 0. I added a 3D node, and now I've hit it. Yeah. Should I start with a 2D game, chat? Is it easier? Why did I do this? Okay, I think I need to actually read the wiki. If I don't do that, I think we'll have problems. Hold on. Okay, that's good. I got it, guys. I got it. Trust me on this one, chat. Nothing to worry about. I got the wiki up. Don't worry. About Godot and Game Engine. A game engine is a complex tool and difficult to present in a few words. Here's a quick synopsis. You reuse. You need a quick write-up about Godot Engine. Yeah, just teach me how to use it, okay? It's literally teaching me it. as I don't read it. Wait, I should probably like... I should probably give you guys this. Have you guys look at this while I'm looking at it, so that you're not bored just looking at nothing. What's up, Chunko? You're going back and forth here, I see. Hold on, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you guys. Got a brand new guy here. See, now you guys can see what I'm looking at. That's the thing. And now I don't have to keep that in a different place. Chat, I need 3 monitors. You know what? I need 5 monitors. You know what? I need 7 monitors. I need 7 monitors. That's what I need. Switch to clip from Archfunk? Okay, huge. Okay. Completely free and open source. Shout out Godot, I guess. Just users' games are theirs down to the last line of engine code. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? What's up, Callus? Look, appreciate it, appreciate it. Hear me out. Marsh clicker. Every time you click Marsh, he says Marsh, and at the end of the game, Marsh dies because evil Marsh shot him to death. Write that down. Write that down. It's a banger. That's a banger. Oh, God. Okay, about contains his introduction, as well as information about engine, history, licensing, others, etc. Also contains frequently asked questions. Getting started. We like getting started. We like getting started. I like that. We're gonna start that. We making GTA 6? Yeah, I mean, someone's got to do it. Am I right? Manual can be read. References needed in any order. Okay, feature-specific stuff. Cool. Cool. Advanced users. That's where this is where I need to be because I'm an advanced user. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sick. I don't know if. Oh wait, no. Okay, we've already gone through that. It's cool. That's a lot of features. That is a lot of features. I gotta say. Trey, how do we feel about reading? Which sucks. It's so delayed. It shouldn't be. Although, I don't know. It is a little bit lower quality, so maybe it is. YouTube the goat. Reach Twitch chat. Well, you know, I get both chats at the same time, so I just read them both at the same time. All right. Okay. Oh, it supports Linux. Puppy would love this. Well, he probably already does. He's already said he likes this. Editor. Me, like editing software, like DaVinci Resolve. I know that. Support for Elixir. I do have VS Code. But it does have it has a built-in script editor. Okay. Oh, all right. Monitoring tools. Linux equals cool. Yeah, guys, I love Linux. I'm definitely on Linux. I am definitely on Linux. For sure. Live scene editing. This equals me play games, though. That's true. I can't play Fortnite. I can't play Fortnite on Linux. What's the point? It's complicated and I tried to download it. Eh. I've used Linux a little bit. Linux is chill. I guess it just all depends on the distro. Yeah. Custom performance monitors. Oh. This gets a comically generic seal of approval that says puppy approved. Ah, yes. To script on Godot, you have to, and then you're finished. I'll give that a try. Rendering. Forward plus. Oh, this is what I set when I did. I think I picked forward plus. Most advanced renderers suited for desktop platforms, only used by default on desktop platforms. Render uses Vulkan, DirectX I almost said hello. DirectX 3D12 Metal is the rendering driver. Uses rendering device backend. Fewer features, but renders scenes faster. Okay. So if I'm working from a potato, I gotta go compatibility. I debuilt Windows and deleted everything from Windows and Microsoft, including the Microsoft Store. Wow, now you just have a clean little words. My gosh, I can't speak. You just have a clean operating system now. 2D graphics, sprite, polygon, and line rendering. Draw lines, polygons. Okay, I feel like I shouldn't read all this because I feel like I'm not gonna understand it all. I feel like I just need to start with getting started, you know? I feel like I just need to start here. That's what I think I need to do. Let's start here, chat. Let's start here. Word start, just talk like it's easy. This is introduced. It's pretty good. I always just say whenever I try to talk like XQC. He says that. He says, what is this song? The song caught me off guard. It's from Sonic Adventure 2. Space Trip Steps. Alright. I kind of wasn't vibing with it at first, but now I kind of like it. Now I kind of like it. On pages, you'll answer the question that says, is Godot good? I really am XQC. In following pages, you'll get answers questions such as, is Godot for me? Or what can I do with Godot? We will then introduce the engine's most essential concepts, running through the editor's interface, give you tips to make the most of your time learning it. Okay. It's here to help you figure out whether Godot might be a good fit for you. I think it's a pretty good fit for me. What way? Do some broad features to the engine. You feel for what you might achieve with it, and answer questions such as, what will I need to know to get started? It's by no means an exhaustive review. I'll introduce many more features in this Getting Started series. Godot is a general-purpose 2D and 3D game engine designed to support all sorts of projects. You can use it to create games or applications, then release on your desktop or mobile, as well as the web. Also create console games with it, although you'll need either strong programming skills or a developer to port the game for you. These games ain't coming out on console, chat. Tell you what. What can the engine do? Built an in-house Argentinian game studio. Development started in 2001. Interesting. It was written improved tremendously since its open source release in 2014. Cassette Beasts, PVKK. I don't know what PVKK is. Usagi Shima. I don't know them games. Source pixel art, drawing program Pixelorama. Godot is also the voxel RPG creator. Cool. Ooh. I like that little style. Reminds me of that one game, that one British game. It's kind of like that. Hi, puppy. I caught you. Caught me what? Caught me learning. That's what you caught me doing. RPG in a box. Look at that. I'm gonna make March Funk. Okay, you make some March Funk. That's gonna be epic. How does it work and look? It comes a fully fledged game editor, integrated tools to answer the most common needs. It also includes a code editor. an animation editor, tile map editor, a shader editor, a debugger, a profile, and more. Wow. There's a lot on the screen here. Or should I context? What did I do? What did I do? Ah, you got me. You got me. Dang, I didn't know you were lurking. You always gotta watch out. Puppy might be lurking in the stream. You never know. Team strives to offer a feature-rich game editor, consistent user experience. So there's always room for improvement. The user interface keeps getting refined. That's so huge. You finally admitted it. After all the years of our battle, it is over. I guess Linux is better. Prefer you can work with external programs. But why would I work with external programs if I have it in Blender? Not Blender. That's not what I'm talking about. If I have it in Godot. Never mind. I have a little bit of experience in Blender. Although it's been, let me see, how many years has it been since I used it? 5? Maybe 5 years since I used it. I think 2021 was the last time I used Blender. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. Programming languages. Code your games using GD script, a Godot-specific and tightly integrated language with a lightweight syntax, or C#, which is popular in the games industry. These are two main scripting languages we support. The GD extension technology, you can also write a gameplay or high-performance algorithms in C++ for the languages without recompiling the engine. Use this technology to integrate third-party libraries and other software development kits SDK in the engine. Yippee! Cool. I figured I should probably just try to learn GD script. I would imagine. What do I need? You need to be smart, is what they're gonna say. And I'm not that. Godot is a feature-packed game engine with thousands of features. There's a lot to learn. Make the most of it. And good programming foundations. I have some programming foundations. Arrays. There you go. See that, chat? While we try to make the game engine accessible, you'll benefit a lot from knowing how to think like a programmer first. Godot relies on the object-oriented programming paradigm. Being comfortable with concepts as classes and objects will help you code efficiently in it. If you're entirely new to programming, GD Quest's Learn GD Script from Zero is a free open-source interactive tutorial for absolute beginners. Whoa! Chat, should we learn that? GD Quest. I feel like I should learn that, dude. Wait. For real? Oh! Whoa! Yeah, that's so sick. Well, the next one's gonna teach me how to. What's it gonna say? Learn code with GD script. Okay, it's simpler. It's simpler than C#. Huge, because I don't know C#. The only programming languages I've worked with are C++ and HTML. That's it. So I'm kind of cooked if I'm trying to learn that. GDScript is really simple. That makes me very happy. That's what we'll be learning. That's what we'll be learning. Chat. Okay, well, I might want to do this. This is interesting me. I think I need that. Specific to Godot, techniques you learn with it apply to other programming languages. For C++, everything else is just going to be easier. Really? Let's go. Huge. Huge. I'm not an expert in C++, but I know a little bit. I know that I got some foundation. Remember to learn and use multiple languages. I understand that. Learn in your browser? I will do that. In order to practice, you can write in your browser. Ah. Chat, I think watch. This is what we're gonna do today. That's what we're gonna do today. Let me full screen this bad boy. Start. Learning to program can be daunting. Yet you will want to make video games, so there's no way around learning to program. Every video game is a computer program. Telling the computer what to do. Remembering is the process. Writing precise instructions. Chat, is this entertaining? I'm just reading. Is this? Do you guys like this? I'm thinking about it. I'm like, wow. I'm just reading. Programming is the process of writing precise instructions that tell a computer how to perform a task. Of course, of course. Game's instructions are, for example, moving a character, drawing a life bar, or playing a sound. To do any of that, you need to learn a programming language. A specialized language to tell the computer what to do. Okay. Yeah? Okay. What's up, Eli? Bullet. Add child. Child bullet. Bullet made of children? What? Game languages are different from natural ones, like English or Spanish. People watch you do anything? Okay, cool. Cool. Just want to be reassured, you know? Just want to be reassured. I'm taking a class. I'm like taking a class while you guys are just watching. Of course, right. I feel like this is the exact lesson that my high school IT teacher gave. I feel like he said this exact, or like, what was it? This exact phrase right there, and like this exact phrase. Marsh, guess what? Ha, I made you see underwear. Oh! You got me. You can't tell it something like vague, like draw a circle. Which circle? Where? Which color should it be? How big should it be? Computers are dumb, is what I'm hearing. Draw a filled circle. The computer needs to know exact drawing coordinates, radius, thickness, color you want. The code to do so may look like this. Click the button. Draw a circle. Vector 2. Okay, so that's where we're drawing it. Is that the radius? And then that's the color? Oh, this is it right there. Yeah. So yeah, but I came to that conclusion myself. Draw a circle. Whoa. Whoa. Dude. Got a circle out of that. Following lessons, you'll learn how this code works. For now, we want to give you a sense of what your computer code looks like. In this example, everything matters. Each parenthesis, capital letter, period, and comma. The computer always does exactly what you tell it to. No more, no less. It blindly follows every instruction. You pros in plain English. I use a programming language. I'm smart. Computers are like me. They need exact instructions. Yeah. So, no, computers like me, dumb. That's what they're like. You learn to code with GD script. In this course, you learn GD script programming language, Godot script. Really? Sup, an obscure word? Wow, I almost pronounced that wrong. Saw a Godot thumbnail and it summoned me. Let's go. Yeah, I'm learning today. I've never used Godot before. Wait, guys, you're telling me after today I can make the whole Brotato game. No less. Made by game developers for game developers. You can use it within Godot engine, create games and applications. It's like Dome Keeper and Brotato. What a Brotato. Drop a 30-pound UPS on my foot. That's kind of rough. It's that moment when you drop something on your toe. What? Engineers at Tesla also use it for their cars' dashboards? They do? That's really interesting. Oh, I did not know that. GDScript is an excellent language to get started with programming because it's specialized. Unlike some other languages, it doesn't have an overwhelming amount of features for you to learn. Alright. Alright. Don't be afraid of being locked in. Oh, I'm getting locked in. Alright. I am getting locked in. Concept you learn in your first programming language will apply to all the others. Most languages have more similarities than differences. Once you learn one, it takes much less time to become productive with the next one. Spire 2 is main Godot. Battlefield 6 is level editor is main Godot. I don't know. I think I knew Slay the Spire was. I didn't know about Battlefield 6 though. It's kind of interesting. Below the same code in 3 languages: GDScript, JavaScript, and Python. Oh wait, you know what? I may have. I did a small amount of JavaScript. A very foundational class in JavaScript that I don't remember anything about. It was part of a larger programming class back in high school. So I recognize some of this structure. I don't know this though. Python's weird. I say Python's weird like I've ever used it. Okay. Alright. If health is less than 0, die? Oh. No. Yeah, main Godot is... Oh yeah, Bugshot Roulette also. That's true. Programming language is completely different. If you want to learn one language, then want to learn another, you'll have to start from scratch. No, they have similarities, of course. GScript is based on Python? Let's see, I can't do that. See, all I know is that back I had like a competition thing. I did this competition thing back in high school for my IT class, and it was two of the groups in the class were making games, and it was part of a larger competition, and my team got second place, and the other team that was using Python to make their game got first place, and it made me mad. Not because of Python, but just because I didn't win. But for some reason, whenever I think of Python, I think of their game. I don't know why. Ingrained into my brain. Want to learn to make games or code, but don't know where to start? This course should be perfect. Yippee! For absolute beginners, if you already know a language, it'd be a fun way to get started with Godot. If you're coding foundations, you need to start making games and applications with Godot. Please be patient. It'll take time before your first complete game. You're telling me I can't make GTA 6 right away? Are we for real? Come on now. If there's GDScript in, there's something third party. I mean, this is the official one. This was on the Godot wiki. It's like the documents. Their documents. Learning to make games takes practice. Creating games is more accessible than ever. But it still takes a lot of work and practice. Do not expect any single course book to turn you into a professional. They lying, bro. Game deving is easy. Exactly. It takes a lot of work and practice. Do not expect it. Okay, right. If something doesn't make immediate sense, don't stress it too much. Keep learning and come back to it later. Enjoy the process and celebrate every little success. Never stop learning as a game developer. In this free course, you'll learn the foundations you need to start coding things like these. Healing Heart. Oh, wait. Oh, this is my inventory. We're making a little game here. I spent 4 days working on literally just a text editor. I'm sure GTA 6 would be light work. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Easy. GTA 6 made in Godot. Along the way, we will teach you some of the mindset you'll need as a developer. Too many programming courses skip that essential part. How to write GDScript code, essential programming foundations to get you started. Of course, you'll have many questions. We will answer them best as we can go. There's so much to cover. We have to take a few shortcuts. You don't want to overwhelm you with information. You also want to respect the pace at which our brains memorize things. Break down the course into short lessons and practices. If you put too much into each part, you will learn slower. Anytime you're left with burning questions, you're more than welcome to join our Discord community. Oh, I might actually do that. Is this 4 Godot 4? 4. That's pretty good. Okay, huge. I think that's the version I have. It's like 4 point something. It's whatever the most recent one is. I just downloaded this I downloaded Godot like a few days ago. Programming is a skill. So to get good at it, you must practice. Why we built this app. Interactive practice, use what you learn. Speaking of which, time to look at the practice screen. It's like 4.6, I believe. I think that's what I got. I think that's what I downloaded. It's whatever the most recent one is. As of like the last 4 days. Write a simple code sample for you in this practice. You change anything. This code. You're telling me this is not going to be hello world? Okay. Run. Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly, Emerald. You completed the practice. Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing. Okay, so we have run. Pause. Okay, the solution output. Okay, cool. That's to close and open output. Okay. You can get hints. Click the run button. Ah, of course. Of course. Okay, wait. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Ah, there it is. That's what it needs to be. That's what it needs to be. Of course. Alright, cool. I get it. I understand. First error. Gasp. Already? Maybe like that to give people a reason to change it. That's actually a good thought. That's might be why they did it. I think you might be right. Oh, sorry, I was just reading in my head. Don't worry, computer errors are a good thing. You'll encounter errors, and that's okay. Every programmer does, especially professionals. You learn mistakes are a bad thing. See, that's a bad thing now. If teachers tell you that mistakes are bad, then they're wrong and are bad teachers. But I know there's people like that. When you code something, it's not the case. Errors help you write correct programs because they show you what is wrong in your programs. Code error looks like this. Especially if that tells you something if your code doesn't work. Okay. Got you. Consider Godot looking at this. I've a tiny bit of game dev experience myself. I mean, they're presenting it to me in a pretty like beginner way, a pretty friendly way. I'm getting. I mean, they haven't really gotten into much code, but I like the way that they're introducing it. Programmer ears are just your computer saying, "What? Huh?" Our messages can look a bit cryptic. That's because they're designed for programmers, for trained programmers. Add an error translator in this app that will help you get started. Oh, that's cool. That's good. Do why error happens and what the message means. It also gives you some tips on how to fix it. What's up, Yim? So funny, this stream just showed up. I just started learning Godot 2 hours ago. That's awesome. That's awesome. We're learning together. We're learning together over here. We should move already exists in this class. Why this happens? You're trying to define a function or variable that already exists. You can't do that. Perhaps the function or variable already exists in the current code file. Okay, I like this. So they kind of tell you what the error means. Because there have been some times where I've done like coding and then I'll have to like look up what an error message means. Because I'm not at the level where I understand every error message. And I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me? And nobody knows. Well, nobody. Reddit knows. He's Godot for a few months and worked on a few projects, mainly apps rather than games. Working on software synth for music. Ooh, nice. Awesome. All right, cool, cool. Epic. Our messages are designed on purpose by fellow programmers who came before you. They anticipated you might have specific issues and wanted to help you fix them. You shouldn't think of errors as failures. They're like mentors helping you from the past. Importantly, errors won't break your computer. At least not with GDScript, because it's a pretty safe language. Huge. You get on Steam in no time. Never want to buy your game when it's 99% off. Ah, yes. The 99% off game. I love when I charge $70 for my game and then no one buys it until it's $2 in cinema. Ultimately, you want to fix all the errors in your program. Understanding what's causing the errors, help with error messages is the key to fixing them. They're good. Let's see an error in action. Once again, click the practice button. Okay, cool, cool, cool. There's an error in this code. We have a little... I already know what's wrong with this code. Chat. Yeah, that's it right there. See that? Knowledge. I'll still read this though. This code is incorrect and will cause an error when you try to run it. Code defines empty function named this code is wrong. To work, the function should use the return keyword. This keyword is currently inside a comment. The computer ignores. Say you can simply just walk around it. Exactly. I just put out a community post saying, should I play the game Marsh Gaming is making when it comes out? Yeah, and it was a poll and everybody said yes. It was like 2 million people voted and it was 100% yes. Use a return keyword. This keyword is currently inside a comment, which the computer ignores. Test the current code by pressing the run button. Remove the comment sign to make the code valid. Wait, what happens if you just... Oh, wait, I want to see the error message. Run. I see. Ended block expected after declaration of this code is wrong function. I love my internet and the stream being like 45 seconds delayed. Living in the middle of the woods is so fun. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Ah, and then they'll go and explain it. This one's pretty simple. It's just a comment. It's just because it's a comment. Okay. All right, you need this there, don't you? What does it do if you don't have it? Oh, let's see. I see. I see. All right. Copy that. Cool. I think I got that. Programmers rely on a lot of code created by others before us. Every programming language comes with a wealth of features created by other programmers to save you time. We call a bundle of code created by fellow developers a library. It is a bunch of code sitting there waiting for you to use it. Game engines like Godot bundle many libraries together. Provide a massive tool set to save you time when making games. GDScript is one of those languages where specific indentation does matter. A lot of people hate it, but I just kind of find it funny more than anything. Yeah, I guess I kind of found that a little bit weird. I was like, I've never experienced a language that requires like specific indentation. But very interesting. I mean, it looks better that way anyways. I'd rather look at it better. Like that code I fixed looked better with the indent. So it's cool. It's chill. You'll always use a lot of existing code. When coding, you'll always use a lot of code from developers that came before you. In a moment, you'll write your first code. You use functions created by the Godot developers. A function is a list of instructions with an exact name. We can tell the computer to execute all the instructions in a sequence with that name. Calling functions. When you tell the computer to execute a function, we say you call the function. To call a function, you write its exact name followed by an open and closed parentheses. To call the function named show, you would write show parentheses. Okay, cool. In Godot, calling show makes something visible like a character or item. The complementary hide function hides the entity. Once an entity is visible, calling show again does not have any effect. Okay. Similarly, once you hide something, calling hide again doesn't change anything. Click the run button, an example how to execute the following code listing. Okay. He's showing, now he's hiding. Crazy. Oh, wait, we called the function run. Wait. Okay. Wait, in the function run, we have hide. Yeah. Okay. Listing above, we write the function call hide in a new function. Oh, this is a new function. Oh, I see. Okay. New function. Inside that function, we're calling hide. I see. All right. This is the most simple thing ever, and it really caught me up. And a new function named run to execute the code. Creating new function is necessary to execute instructions in GDScript. But that run function. Func defines functions, yes. Copy. GDScript, unlike some other languages, we must write our code inside of custom functions. You will learn what functions are and how they work in great detail in the course, but here's a quick look at them if you're curious. Function is a bundle of code you can execute anytime. It's a named list of instructions. To define a function, you need to write func keyword and the function's name, parenthesis, colon, and a colon. Function run, colon, parenthesis, colon. Defines a function named run. The next line, and write the function's body. That is the instructions of the function. Notice how each instruction starts with a leading tab character. The computer uses that to know which lines are part of the function. Oh, I see. So it uses these because there's no end. There's not like an ending. Like, it's not like you're putting this inside of that or something. So it knows once you stop indenting, it's not the function anymore. I think I have that right. Okay. I get that. The course, you'll see many functions called run. These functions are created to give you interactive examples. Function arguments. We use parentheses to call functions because they can give the function arguments. Wait, read that. We use parentheses to call functions because you can give the function arguments inside the parentheses when calling it. Here's a sprite standing straight. If we call the rotate 0.3 function, character sprite turns by 3 radians. Whoa! Whoa, look at that. We're spinning out. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright. 0.3 part between the parentheses is the function's argument. Arguments are values, numbers, bits of text, and more that change how the function behaves. What's up, Swan? How's it going? How's it going? Arguments are values. Numbers. Mark's doing something quirky and fun. I know, right? Don't argue, it's not good for you. I know. I need to stop arguing. Okay, fair. Got it. I think it is family friendly. Yeah, we gotta head out of here. It's not good for my mental health. Arguments let you fine-tune the effect of the function call. They can be optional at times, but functions often require arguments in order to work. For example, calling rotate without any argument result in an error. Without calling an argument, Godot does not know by how much you intend to rotate the sprite. I see, I see, I see, I see. Don't worry about memorizing what arguments and each function requires or accepts. As a programmer, the documentation will always be close by for you to refer to. Finally, notice how we use the dot and the number 0.0, or I keep wanting to say 0.03, 0.3 above. You need to use a dot like this to represent decimal numbers. Can't use commas as they have a different purpose in code. What are radians? Okay, all right. I think I know what radians are, but let's read this just for everybody else out there who doesn't understand what's going on. The value of oh my god. I would say the value of 0.3 is an angle in radians. In daily life, we are used to measuring angles in degrees. The radian is another scale commonly used in video games and math. You can convert radians into degrees by multiplying them by 180, dividing them by pi. Okay. Degrees equals radians times 180 divided by pi. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Oh wait, no, that makes sense. So chat. So watch this. So if we go to good old calculator over here. Look at this. We go 0.03. Not 0.03. I don't know why I just said that. I keep saying that. We look at this. Times 180 divided by, wait, where's pi? 54, guys. I get it. I get it. I get it. 2 pi radians is a full rotation or 360 degrees. Someone write that down. Oh. It says it right down there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. What's up, Griffin? Add some debug features. Add some debug features. Trust. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'll trust. Probably shouldn't, but I will. What kind of game are we attempting to make? One that works. One really random, but important thing to know, the engine has the documentation inside of it. I think the engine is F1 to search the engine documentation. Really? Ah. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that's cool. Keep that in mind. A lot of things. A lot of things, chat. A lot of things. Puppy knows math. March does not. Exactly. 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 All right, let me lock back in. Let me lock back in, chat. Let me lock back in. Let me read this again here. Value of 0.3 is an angle in radians. In daily life, we are used to measuring angles in degrees. The radian is another scale commonly used in video games and math. Right? Of course. Alt, click a function name, and it'll take you to the documentation for it. Okay. All right. You can convert radians into degrees by multiplying them by 180 and dividing them by pi. Ah. Degrees equals radians times 80 times 180 divided by pi. That makes sense. This makes sense. Angle of pi radians corresponds to 180 degrees. And 2 times pi is a full turn. 360 degrees. Easy, okay. Got it. It may not seem like I understand, but I'm understanding. Drop out of this for now. All right, Creeper. Have a good night. How do radians work? Radians are the way to measure angles based on the radius of a circle. To get the angle in radians, you take the circle's radius and wrap it around the circle. That angle is 1 radian because you are wrapping the radius 1 time around the circle. Chad, why didn't they just explain it that way? Because the perimeter for a circle is 2 times pi times radius, full turn, 360 degrees, corresponds to 2 times pi radians. you'll need to wrap the radius of a circle 2 times pi times around the circle to make a full circle. Okay. What does the code below do? Show. This, yeah, that calls the function. Well, I mean, technically, they said that before, but that's what this does. What? Is that not what it does? Oh, it does both. Okay. Okay. So I was right. It just does both. Okay, Godot. Alright, trying to trick me up here. He's gonna go crazy when he discovers Deg to raid. Wait a second. Does that just make everything easier? I can just put a degree in there and then it converts it? Oh. Wasn't that nice? Another example with the move local x function, you can move the character to its left and right. Function takes one argument, a number of pixels to offset the entity. Select all that apply. Well, I haven't been selecting all that apply. I've been just selecting one or the other the whole time. Don't try to... You know I can't read. You know I can't read. Another example. Okay, yeah. For real. I'm looking at, okay. The x-axis and the y-axis. See, thank you, Obscure. Thank you. See, I'm not dumb. I am a little bit. I'm a little bit dumb. I'll be honest. I'm gonna move a character in game, although we'll see more powerful ways to do this later. Okay, we're moving on the x-axis and on the y-axis at the same time. So we're gonna move off screen here. Oh. Okay, we have to stay inside the bounds of the box. I can't move off screen. Well, I love how painfully off-center it is now. Why move local Y20 moves the character down? Positive values, code to the right and down. Okay, okay. I see, I see. Okay, that's a little bit odd. What do you study in school? Math classes, horizontal axis points to the right. But like here, but the vertical axis points up. Video games are generally 2D computer graphics. The vertical axis points down instead. Whenever you move something on the y-axis with a positive value, it'll move down. Okay. 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 I think the justification is that the coordinates are relative to the top left of the screen. Oh. Oh, why is the y? Oh, I don't know. It just be like that, dude. Wow, look at me. I'm a little guy. I like this little guy. Pretty cool little dude. How do you call a function? What is the syntax used to call a function in general? You write a value like a number followed by an opening and closing parentheses. Write its name followed by an opening. That's it right there. Yippee! I'm doing good on the quiz, guys. Make the character visible. Throw what's invisible, call a function to bring it back. Gasp. We're in function run. Show. I should probably read this first, though. Robot character is invisible. Call the show function to make it appear. Please call show inside the run function. On line 2, and keep the tab character at the start of the line. Computer needs that to understand your code. There he is. There's my little dude over there. Wow. Look at that. What if I typed in the fart function? What? You're telling me that does nothing. Oh well, I'm a child. To quote Freya, no one can agree that the right way to do it. No one can agree the right way to do it, but everyone agrees Unreal is wrong. Wow. Look at that. See, I haven't used Unreal. I've used Unreal Editor for Fortnite. I didn't love it, I'll be honest. But I'm kind of stupid, so that's what I figured. That's what I figured. I figured I was just dumb. Which I am. But, you know. Want a fart function? Just type func fart. Print fart. Whoa. You're so right. No, it's okay. We'll stay on track here. We'll stay on track here. Robot was turned by negative 0.5 radians. You need to make it upright by calling the rotate function. Okay. Okay. Okay, it just wants me to do that. Rotation. Oh wait, I need to make it not that, right? I need to give it a value, right? Right? Look at that. Would you look at that? Whoa. Oh, I thought this was making fun of left-handed people. Oh no, this is actually like a helpful thing. Hold on. Oh wait, no, this is making fun of something. This is making fun of Unreal. Y up, Z up. Oh, that is really weird. Dang, Minecraft. Left-handed people aren't real. Yeah, we should do that, puppy. It would probably help me. I feel like I need to get through this, though. If I can get through this, then I can start making games. Start, like, actually trying. Yippee! Guys, I feel like I could make Call of Duty now. Left-handed people, yeah, left-handed people aren't real. It's not like I'm a left-handed person. Yeah, you know, they're not real, though. I can confirm. Drawing a rectangle. We use code created by others like we did in the previous lesson. This time, we will solve a more complicated problem. Drawing shapes. That's complicated for me. Shapes, I never got past it. Never got past it, quite. I could never figure out shapes. You have a playlist on good fundamental stuff if you want to after this course. Playlist at the moment. Yeah. Just you can join my Discord. Put it in there. What's up, Wild Emerald? When's day 2 coming? Probably on day 2. Present to you the turtle. Created the turtle to teach you how to call functions. Little guy, look at him. He's so cute. Suppose there's only one emerald's allowed in here. Turtle's a little machine that moves forward, turns, and draws lines along its path. To make it draw, you give it a list of instructions on each code line. You call one specific function. Oh wait, on each code line you call one specific function. Emerald has no chill. Here's all the functions for you. Move forward. Pixels. Makes the turtle move forward. I give it okay, right. This is our argument. See, chat, I'm taking in information and learning and applying. This is the argument. Yes. I'm going to take away, as all 3 main game engines use different coordinate spaces and Blender doesn't use any of them. Wow. The Emerald's fighting, I think. Well, I think it seems like a pretty one-sided beef to me here from the Emeralds. Okay, yeah. Turn clockwise by a precise amount. Degrees, okay. Works the same as turn right degrees, except turtle... Oh, okay, cool. Epic. Functions the same way you would use rotate before. White line doesn't move, we use this line to draw shapes. This will move him like over here. Yeah. Used Blender for 7 years and don't know how to do 95% of the stuff. You know, I always just see Blender clips online or like on TikTok, and it's just people making the weirdest stuff, like the beginners making, I don't know, like breaking the quantum realm with their Blender projects. It's always the funniest thing ever. Turning left and right. The functions turn left and turn right work the same. Turn 45 degrees to the right. We want turn right 45. If we call turn right 45, the turtle turns 45 degrees to the right before moving to the next instruction. Okay. Okay. Isn't that wonderful? Because, guys, if you don't understand it, right, the first thing is move forward 80. Let's move forward 80. Was that pixels, right? That's pixels, right? Yeah, pixels. Move forward, and then we turn right 45 degrees, and then we go this way, and then we turn right. Yeah. Exactly. So learning Godot myself, but I've watched a few courses. Same, guys. I have a lot of experience in Godot, but, you know, we're always still learning. Instructions, we can make any two-dimensional shape we like. Try to understand the example below. You use functions we saw above to draw first draw a corner, a rectangle like this one. Yeah, I've like only heard good stuff about Godot. I've never actually tried to use it, but everyone always says it's like incredible. Really hurt my foot. Think you like broke something? You think you like broke your foot or something? I mean, 30 pounds. What was that? 30-pound object, whatever it was. That ain't nothing. Godot's the best. Chad, he'll get past his foot pain to glaze Godot. Possible? That is rough. The next practice, you use the functions we saw above to draw a corner and the rectangle like this one. So this is just gonna draw something. Oh, this is gonna draw. It's a little rectangle moment. Draw basically a 30-pound weight on it. Yeah, that is. Yeah, you may have broke something. Part is the argument. 30 is the argument. Yes, very good. I understand. Main criticism of Godot, it's not as good for 3D stuff as Unreal, and like, yeah, but it's not bad by any means, just not as great. Yeah, if that's the only argument you have for it not being good, then I think it's probably all right. Oops. The turtle uses code made specifically for this app. The turtle is a little learning tool custom made for this course, based on a proven code learning methodology. It's designed to teach you how to use and create functions. So please don't be surprised if writing code like turn left inside of the Godot editor doesn't work. And don't worry, once you've learned the foundations, you will see they make it faster and easier to learn Godot functions. If you want to practice, you get to play with the turtle functions to draw shapes. Yippee! Yippee! In this practice, we'll tell the turtle to draw a corner. It's made up of two lines that are 200 pixels long. Lines are connected at each end by 90 degrees or right angle. Well, hey, puppy, you know, Subnautica 2 was made in Unreal Engine 5, and that's a good game. That's a good game. and it runs very well. Well, I guess it runs very well on my computer. That's very good. So maybe I can't argue that. Something like Godot can't do good graphics, which is not true. They're absolutely stunning looking games and tech demos made in Godot. Yeah, maybe people always think it's not as capable. But I mean, I've never seen any, like, there's some really good games made in this. People are just weird. The forward function and turn right functions. To the right, draw a corner. We're missing some arguments. Okay, yeah, cool. So 90 and then another 200. There it is. There it is. Never mind, it's not gonna be finished by next week. It's gonna be finished in like 2 days. Well, the funk just came to you. Godot 3 is pretty bad, but Godot 4 is much better and improves every month. That's the nature of FOSS, lol. Always improving. Always improving. Gotta love it. Add the correct arguments to the functions. Move forward, turn right to draw a rectangle within a width of 200 pixels and the height of 120 pixels. Okay, so we're gonna turn 90. Then we're gonna go 120 here. Another 90. We're gonna go another 200 here. Another 90 and another 120. Oh, not 20, 120. Would you look at that? Cinema. Cinema. I've made a rectangle. Let's go. Wait, I kind of want to get a little wacky with it though. Let me just put in some random numbers here and just see where we go. Just see where we go. Let's turn by 50 degrees here. See what kind of shape we end up with. Dang, it really doesn't want me to do it. Really doesn't want me to do it. 400. 23. Right? Keep that one at 200. We'll go 80 degrees. Chat, we're making a new shape. Call it the Marshrabola. It's off the screen. It's completely off the screen. Dang. Unfortunate. A little tragic. I know UA5 devs and I hear nothing but frustrations around them fighting the engine to get stuff working in an attempt to optimize it. Glass Godot. I can recognize it makes me angry with random stuff not working and needing to debug for hours. You'd be fighting any game engine. So come out in UE5 94% of the time, run terrible, require upscaling, sometimes frame gen, riddled with visual artifacts. Now that's just true. That is just true. Was Minecraft Dungeons UE5 though? Wasn't it not? Wasn't it UE4? Or was it even? Was it UE5? That game feels so old now. Because UE4 was like pretty good, right? I feel like people weren't complaining about UE4. Write out calls to the functions. Wait, what were... Oh, draw a bigger rectangle. Oh, whoa. We're going a little crazy here on this one. The width of 220 pixels and a height of 260 pixels. Okay, cool. All right. I'll write these out. I could copy them, but I'll write them out. Was it 260? 260. Yeah. There we go, another 90. And then we go another move forward moment. 220. Go another 90. Go another 260. Wait, actually another 90. There we go. $260. There it is. There it is. There it is. UE4 was great. Yippee. Yeah, that's what I thought. UE4 was good. Minecraft Dungeon. UE5 released April 5th. Minecraft Dungeons. Yeah, I figured. I thought it was 4. I thought it was 4. 200 by 120, you dum dum. No, 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 no. 220 by 260. Come on. Amazing UE4 games. Way less good. UE5 games. Good work. Good work, Emerald. Good work. Good work. Wait, chat. Hold on. I have an idea. You said stay and make a function, Gorilla? Hold up. Watch this. Move forward. Wait, where does my boy start? Where does my boy start? He starts like that. Okay. Hey. Okay, he starts like that. That's chill. That's chill. We're going forward. Haunted. Now watch this. Oh, wait, no, actually. Turn left. 90. There we go. Hold on. 90. That's where to go. Hear me out, chat. Watch the master cook. Watch the master cook with some shapes here. Give me a second. We need turn. Took me a second there. This is the Minecraft classic. Do, 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 do. Okay. Lock in, hold on. And then we go turn right. No, actually, yeah, turn right. And then we go 90 again. Some may say I might be wasting my time right now, but I'm making a masterpiece. Let me see. It's gonna be. I hope I get this right first try. Hold on. Masterpiece. Masterpiece right here. Check it out. I finished. What did I do wrong? Oh, am I not allowed to do turn left? Oh, whoops. There we go. Wow, that's really... There it is, baby. You can't really see it, but... There it is. There it is. Peak. Peak. That took me like 5 minutes. Yeah, like 5 minutes. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Alright, let's continue this. Oh my gosh. You know, you gotta have a little fun every once in a while here, chat. Okay. So far we have existing functions that other developers wrote. In this lesson, we'll talk more about what functions are and see some examples. Then you'll learn how to define your own functions. Functions are named sequences of instructions. Functions are sequences of instructions we give a name. We call that name an identifier. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I get that. You're learning programming, doing stuff on your own. This is technically for the point, so I'm not wasting time. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, right. Makes sense. Using an identifier, we can get the computer to execute all instructions inside functions as many times as we need. That's what a function call does. What's up, some Siberian guy? Good luck, my man. Appreciate it. Computer programming, we talk about identifiers rather than names. Should I finish it already? Dang. It's because a function name is a label the computer uses to precisely identify and refer to a function of the or other code elements. Learning coding from zero. I mean, I have some like foundational experience, but I'm kind of like, it's been a while. And I only have the very foundations, so like, I'm kind of reteaching myself. Would you watch the rest of the stream at work tomorrow? Lock it into my stream here. Love it. Unemployed to have nothing to do. It's easy. Dang. I guess so. Cannot reuse the same name in a given space in your code. Try to name two functions the same. Computer will raise an error. Wait, I might need to read. What, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, no, okay. I don't know why, like, I misread that. I was like, what are they talking about? No, wait, no, that's fine. What language? Okay. So, HTML was probably my first one that I actually locked in on. Like, before that, I had known a little bit of JavaScript, but it doesn't matter. I didn't learn anything from that class. HTML and then C++. Probably have more experience in C++. But, again, it's been years. I will react to it. I'll react to it, Junk. There's only 2 real videos. I've saved that. I'm uploading people. Everything else is reference stuff. It's okay, though. Okay. So any code that you need to run multiple times, you can put it inside a function and give it a name. The instructions inside a function can be any code you want. They will all run every time you call the function. Here is the example of move and rotate function that moves the turtle forward and turns at 90. Cool. And then I imagine later I will have to learn how to loop it. I don't know how looping works in this. The move and rotate function consists of 2 instructions, each on a separate line. Both those instructions can call a familiar function. Cool. You could write another function that calls move and rotate 4 times. Draw a square of length. Wait, draw a square of length 200 pixels. HTML is more of an editing language. Can I make a message in cursive in Discord? Yeah, I mean that's why I don't really take much from it. Like when I've looked at other coding languages, it really has nothing to do with anything else. But it was fun. I liked HTML. HTML was fun. C++ is the real deal, but nice job anyways. Chunks of code look like JavaScript. Even Python? Yeah, I don't really know much about those. I mean, I guess I'll say in high school, like my first ever like foundational programming class. I can't remember what the class was called. It was in high school, and part of it was JavaScript. I don't remember really anything about it. What's up, Sageless Ranger? A lot. I got you early into Godot. Yeah, very, very early. Another function that calls. Okay, yeah, got that. So that's gonna do the same thing, but it's gonna give us a little square here. Cool. What's up, Game Maker Official? Wow, perfect for this stream. What's up? Godot, I've heard it has its own language. Yeah, so that's what I'm learning. I'm learning GD script, which is the Godot specific language. It's also compatible with C#, but I figured this is the program I'll be coding. I'll be making whatever games I want to make in, so I'll just learn this scripting. I'll just learn this language. Program was my 10th birthday for some reason. I don't recall why, since nearly 9 years ago now. Huh. Weird. Oh wait, you're talking about I think what video are you talking about? It was yeah, Baraki's platformer. I think I don't know if I watched that video or if I don't think I watched it, but I think I saw it on my feed one time. Should become new game dev? Yeah, trying. DaVinci Resolve is the only editing software that doesn't lag my laptop. Real, DaVinci Resolve is the best. Chat, if you ever want to use an actual good editing software that's good and works, DaVinci Resolve the best. The best. Yeah, Siberian, that was one thing they talked about earlier in this. More interested in 3D or 2D? I mean, I'm probably more interested in 3D, but I also like 2D. I mean, I just kind of want to learn, you know. I'm not like, oh, I need to make this right here. I'm like, let me just make stuff. And she's number 1. It sure is. Timmy call. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, because those have different things in them. Cool. How far are you learning? Very early. Very, very early. This is day 1, and I'm in like the Godot specific tutorial like thing that they have. It's cool that they have this. It makes it really easy to like understand. Specific example, it might not feel super useful. Here's a more useful and realistic one: a function to draw any square. Following function uses parameters, which we will explore in the next lesson. Ah. Cool. I see. I edit videos in Blender. Interesting. Interesting. Thank you, Siberian. Appreciate it. Yeah. Good luck on your exam. Or exam to sit? Or you? Oh, okay. Well, have fun, I guess. Like work on stuff, puppy. Yes, we need to make a game together. That's what we need to do. An epic game together. That's what we need to do. If you are a course guy, Richard Albert on Udemy has great courses, but it's not the best if you want to learn If you want to just learn bare bones and jump right into figuring stuff out on your own. I like doing that. But, you know, any kind of learning is good. Remember, is a variable you can create as part of the function definition. Allows you to reuse the function more by having values that vary in a function's body. Cool, cool. Let's break down how you define a function. A function definition starts with the func key. Keyword followed by a space. Function name, parentheses, and a colon. Oh, okay. Oh, this is just... Oh, okay. No, I see. I was like... thought we already went over this. Right. I think they just showed me this, and we didn't really going over this. Good free course for basics. Helped me a lot. Send it over. Send it over. I think I might want to watch that. Found out at speedrun SMO got a 140. Was it your first run? Oh, your old best was 156. Like say 140. 140 is a really solid run for like really early. Okay, Chunko. All right. 156 was my first. That's a really good first run, though. That's a really good first run. Instructions inside the function must all start with the leading tab character. You can insert that tab character by pressing the tab key. Call those leading tabs indents. They are important. The computer uses them to know which instructions are part of the same code block. Okay, okay. See that was a little confusing at first, but that makes complete sense. Not that I was like, why do they do that? But I get it. I get it. Select all that apply. Chat. Select all that apply. We have to select all that apply. Okay, so not run multiple instructions in one go, right? It's these two, right? It's not all of them, is it? What? In one go? Well, they're not running at this. Well, I guess they are running at the same. I guess they are running at the same time. They're running one after the other, though. It's like it runs the instructions here inside this. Never mind. I don't want to act like I know what I'm talking about. Functions are a group of instructions we reuse every time we call the function. So we give functions a name. They also allow us to name a set of instructions, which is handy. To find out how to shave off 10 minutes to get the sub 130, you got that. I mean, if you already got 140, you're probably got that pretty quickly. Discord recommends saving it since it's one of the most important Ghetto things and save my sanity. Okay. I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll pop in Nullify. Wait, your Minecraft IGN? What do you need that for? What are you making? Well, I know you're making. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was checking the Discord. Oh, good puppy. Thanks. I'll grab it from that. Or actually, I'll just grab it right here. Alright. I'll save this. I'll say thank you for sending me this. I will save this right now. I'm gonna make a new playlist, a new like yeah, I'll make a new like Godot playlist for myself here, and I'll watch through those. Vitalify. So that includes your Minecraft skin. What is my Minecraft name? There it is. Marshmallow 277. I keep forgetting if I like changed it or not. It used to be a really weird name, but that's it right there. All right, here we go. Let's get back into this. Oh, chat. I got a hangnail on my pinky. It hurts, bro. It hurts, bro. It's annoying. Do 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 do. Oh, thank you, puppy. Okay. I will also watch these. 11 hours. Oh, this is like a full course. Okay, I see. I thought it was like one part of a playlist. And I was like, what the heck? Okay, no, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. I'll add both of these. Wait, should I watch the new one, you think? Should I watch both? Dude, I'm not scared. Oh, I've been scared the whole time, bro. Let me get back on the course here. Okay. I think I'll probably watch the new one then, puppy. If it's made by the same person, I figured it's probably good. But we're gonna continue with this though. We're gonna continue with this. I'm loving this tutorial. This tutorial is pretty great so far. I like this. All right. Names and code have rules. Function identifiers cannot contain spaces. In general, names and programming languages cannot contain spaces. Fair. We're using underscores. Yes. It uses spaces to detect the separation between different keywords and identifiers. Instead of spaces, in GDScript we use underscores. You saw this already in functions like move forward or move local x. This is the convention that we follow in GDScript. There's another convention programmers use in some other programming languages. Instead of using underscore, they start words with capital letters, except for the first one. See, this is what I'm used to right here. This is what I like. I like looking at this. With that convention, you'd write function names like move forward, move local x. Right. Identifiers also have to start with a letter or an underscore. You cannot begin with a number. Oh, okay. Following names that are valid function names. Can't start with a number. That's valid. Well, I mean, technically that's valid, right? Just not in GDScript. Oh, that's also valid. Yeah, okay. Never liked camel case. Was like, see, I always did. I always really liked it. I don't know why. I just think it looks really cool. I like the way it looks. I think I like how it looks more than this, which maybe is a little bit weird. You know, that's it's funny, like when I was making like Fortnite maps, I would use this naming convention for like the certain like objects or whatever they were called, like the little like function objects. I would use this naming convention. I would use camel case. I didn't have to. I just did. It was very interesting. I just decided to do it. Please let you change it in settings so that all the functions and random names and stuff. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Lower camel case is the convention for Unity. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, it's weird like how they all have different like ways of doing stuff. It's very interesting. Break a lot of Unity conventions to get hosts. Yeah. They're all like they have similarities, but then they're all like very different in some ways. Simply moving the turtle to a different position. In order to draw multiple squares in different positions, we introduce a new function for our turtle to use. Use the jump function. The jump function picks up the turtle and places it relative to where it is. So calling jump -150 moves the turtle by 100 pixels to the left and 50 pixels down without drawing any lines. Ah. Cool. Code a function named draw square to draw one square length of 200 pixels. Okay. Right. Oops. Cool. And then we go move forward. Oh, wait, no, that's space. Lol. Move forward. 200. And then we go turn left. I guess it doesn't matter, but oh wait, we need turn right. That says it in the thing. 90. Can I just copy this then? Oh wait, I should make. Oh wait, I should have it. And then just call it 4 times. Right? Should I just do that? Well. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, and then I need to call it. Wait, now I'm confused. Put a function named draw square to draw one square of length 200 pixels. Function should take no parameters. Eh? That's my parameter right there. Oh yeah, me too, puppy. That's about to be lit. That's about to be lit. Oh, this function should take none. Well, I mean, that's... I don't know, okay. Well, yeah. I lost myself here. So, I mean, I could just copy it. But, can I, like... Well, it's going to want me to copy draw square, right? Okay, this is not right. But... let me copy it. It doesn't want me to do this. It technically is what it does. That's what it wanted me to do? Oh. Okay. We need to have character. Oh. Okay. I didn't quite get that from the instructions. Maybe I just wasn't taking what it was in correctly, but whatever. Okay, so that is literally what they want me to do. Okay. Cool. Oh, okay. Oh, no, though. Okay, this is going to use the jump function. Okay. Function to draw one square. Draw square should draw square. You named it. Okay. Okay, you know what? That does make sense. And then it's going to want me to, like, call it. Oh, I see. It's going to want me to now call it and then have the jump function and then call it again, jump, call it again. Okay. Now that makes more sense. You have a function to draw one square. Use it to draw 3 squares. Okay. We create a draw square for you. Create a function named draw 3 squares that calls draw square 3 times. If you just call the function, all 3 squares will overlap. To stack them diagonally, call jump 300, 300 between 2 calls to draw square. Okay, so we need to... okay. I think I was just tripping there, chat. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. Go back. I don't need this last one. Such a loud keyboard. You don't love it? Okay, I've had this keyboard for a very long time. Wait, why did I get all... There we go. Jump. Jump again. Let's go. Wait, so maybe I'm misunderstanding, but like, why didn't it call this one too? Because if it's just this one here, it should have drawn 4, no? Like, I get this draws 3, but the program should have drawn 4, right? Because this is here. Because isn't it the same thing? Because this is the same thing as that. And maybe I'm misunderstanding it. But shouldn't we be drawing 4? Only call the draw 3 function? Well, I know, but... Like, because the previous one was just, like, this was out of the question. It was just this, and this drew 1. It's running draw 3 squares for you, not the other one? Oh. I see. I see. So it's just... Okay. 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 Okay, I guess that makes sense. It's probably just making it simple. I think I was just overthinking it a little bit. In the previous lesson, you created a function to draw a square with fixed size. This function... Kind of misleading because you don't need to know yet. But you need to call a function for it to run. Right. That's... Okay. So it was running... It was calling it and running it for me. It just wanted to take that out of the equation. It was like, we'll teach you that later. Let's just focus on getting functions set up. Okay. Okay. That's fair. This lesson you created a function. Okay, function's a bit limiting. Instead, it would be much better if we had a function to draw a square of any size or better, any kind of rectangle. Square is a specific kind of rectangle. Previous lessons, you used the rotate function and gave it an argument. What's up, Cookie? What's up, Cookie? How's it going? How's it going? I'm just learning how to make game here. Rotate, we also give our functions parameters. Parameters act like placeholders in the function's code. They work like blank spaces that get filled in each time someone calls your function. When you write a function... Hold up. I lost myself in that sentence. Parameters act as placeholders in the function's code. They work like blank spaces that get filled in each time someone calls your function. Okay. Gotcha. When you write a function with parameters, you create a flexible template that can work with different values each time you use it. Let's see how the rotate function is defined and used as a parameter. Is the game done yet? Yeah, it's almost done. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's right there. It's right there. Okay, so this is our parameter. I see. Equals rotation. We're gonna focus on the first line. Function definition. Func rotate radians. It's gonna be a TA for an intro game programming house, so I got you. Thanks, puppy. Func fun unk. Word radians is the function's parameter. It's the placeholder that gets replaced with the actual value when you call the function. You call this function with rotate 0.5. Computer replaces the name radians with the function in the function with 0.5. Okay. Each time you call the function, the replacement happens again. If you call rotate 1.2, radians becomes 1.2. Okay, cool. Let's get exposed. You know, we're just taking it one step at a time. Parameter can be filled with a number, text, or anything else. In this lesson, we will only use numbers as we have yet to learn about other value types. Type is a class of a value. Type of int. I know int. See you, puppy. Have a good night. What is a function parameter? Parameter. It's that, right? Yeah. Parameter is a placeholder that gets replaced with the actual value passed. Right. Value can be different each time you call a function. It depends on what you put it in parentheses. Can I make your own assets? I have no idea. To do whatever I need to do, I guess. Haven't really got that far yet. Game are you planning on using? I am using Godot. Currently using Godot. This is what I'm right now. I'm learning GD script. That's what this is. This is like a whole like tutorial through Godot and their documentation. All of this is horrible advice. Just have Cloud make you. Yes, exactly. I'll watch stream tomorrow, clarify anything you missed, and then get help on. Thank you, puppy. Oh, I appreciate you being my professor. Different each time you call a function. Depends on what you put in parentheses. Right. Create functions with parameters. When you write a function definition, the line starting with the func keyword, you can add parameters. Oh, I know. Okay, yeah, you can add parameters. Okay. You know int? Name every int. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We'll be here for a little while. Add parameter. Write a placeholder name inside the parentheses. When someone calls your function with a value, every copy of the parameter and the function gets replaced with that value. Oh, I can't actually type that. I thought I was wanting me to type there. You can give parameters any name. How you name functions and parameters is up to you. Just remember that names cannot contain spaces. To write parameter names with multiple words, in GDScript we use underscores by convention. The following function definition is exactly equivalent to the previous one. Alright. What's up, Kozuma? Pretty cool journey you're starting. Can't wait to see the progress. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you, Nabel, for the subscribe. Appreciate it. Haven't heard this game engine or language, but I can say Unreal Engine has been pretty easy to work with. It has lots of tutorials and definitions, but good luck. Appreciate it, Umbard. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Parameters make your code easier to reuse. You write the function once as a template, and then you call it many times with different values. Here's an example with a function to draw any square. The parameter size is a placeholder. Use the slider to change the value. When you click the button, the app calls draw square. The placeholder gets replaced with your value. Drawing squares of different sizes. Okay, yeah, fair enough. 130, we go 130. We go fat 200. We go fat 200. We go 20. I mean, that square is pretty tiny. That square is tinier than the turtle. Fair enough. Syntax for a function definition. It's function. This one. Yippee! To define a function, you need to start with the func keyboard, followed by a space, function name, and optional parameters inside parentheses. I've used HTML, Java, JavaScript, Python, Unreal Engine, Blueprints, then the usual C, C++, and C#. Wow, that is a lot of coding experience right there. The only languages I have experience in are C++ and HTML. That's really all I got. Although they're still they're very basic. I mean, I'm not an expert on either of them. I have very basic kind of knowledge. Hop on TCS? What is TCS? What is bro talking about? Function can have the complete saga. Oh. A banger. Dang, I don't know the shorthand. Puppy was talking about how it's a little similar to Python. GD script. I can't confirm that. I don't know any Python, but function can have multiple parameters. You can use as many placeholders as you need. To add multiple parameters, write a comma between each placeholder name. For example, func move x, y has two placeholders, x and y. Each one gets replaced with its own value when you call the function. Not hearing my video is without a doubt crazy, absolutely crazy work. I'm jealous. It's become pretty popular so far, or after I guess maybe for a while it wasn't, but it was like it's getting a lot of recognition now. Must I write spaces between the function parameters? In a function definition, you must have a space between func keyword and the function name. However, because we use comma to separate parameters, it doesn't matter if you use spaces between the parameters. As long as you have the comma, either syntax is correct. Oh. Wait, so I could... Oh, I see. So I can or don't have to do this space here. Yeah, I'll that's what I'll be doing. I like that. Wait, chat, actually this begs the question. What do y'all do? And when you're like writing stuff, do y'all do like fart Marsh fart. Oh, that's my tail scale thing. Do y'all do this? Period, space, pace, and start typing? Or do y'all do space and then start typing? That just reminded me of that. Some people do 2 spaces. I think that's super weird. I'm a 1 spacer. I'm a 1 spacer. I don't know. You know, just you know, 2 spaces is crazy. I know, but people have told me. Like I remember, like I think my dad or something was talking about how they were taught to do 2 spaces in school. Space after commas always makes it easier to read. Yeah, I will always be using commas after, or space after commas. Where's your posting it? Yippee! Following example shows a function with 2 parameters. The function moves an entity on both the x and y axis. You move 50, 100 every x. Function gets replaced with 50. When you move 50, every x in the function gets replaced with 50, and every y gets replaced with 100. Okay. Optional. Yes. Names of functions, parameters, and other things in your code are entirely up to you. They're written by us programmers for other programmers. You want to use names that make the most sense to you and fellow programmers. You can absolutely write single letter names in math classes, A, B, F. Also write abbreviated names like pose for position, PG for background, and so on. Many programmers do either or both of the above. At GDQuest, we favor complete and explicit names. We generally try to write code that is explicit and relatively easy to read. Right now, you have to enter every letter when you code, so long names may feel inconvenient. However, this is good for learning. It trains your fingers to type precisely. Then after you finish this course, you'll see that the computer assists you a lot when you code real games with a feature called auto-completion. Based on a few characters you type, it will offer you to complete long names. Okay. Cool. Precise dividend. Okay. It's not that one. Probably it's this one. Shortening words and using uppercase and lowercase is a big thing when making names. For example, underscore name or example name. That's what I do a lot. The reason the autocomplete in Godot takes 4 years to show up, but you can change it in settings. You posted it? Where'd you post it? Probably on your channel, I imagine. Marsh Funk MP4. Okay, chat, let's watch this real quick. I'll react to this real quick. We got Chunko on YouTube right here. Alright, let me pause the other music. What do we got here? Oh my god, I hope this is not offensive. Say Marsh Funk in like a week. Say Marsh. Okay, hold on. Let me get it to you clean real quick. Hold up. Better make a banger out of this. Okay. Wait. I could see this. I could see the edits. What? What am I listening to? What the heck? What the heck? Cinema. Cinema. Shout out Junko on YouTube right here. Incredible. Wait, actually, I need this. We're gonna come back to this. Oh, that was good. I like that one. All right, back to coding. Or back to learning it. Now it's your time. Now it's your turn to create a function with multiple parameters. Following practices, you will write functions that I will call with different values. Your functions need to work correctly no matter what values the app passes to them. Okay. Before we create a rectangle of any size, let's first practice with a similar shape. I will call your function twice with different values. Your task is to add a parameter named length to your function definition. This creates a placeholder when the app calls your function. The placeholder will get replaced with the value in the parentheses. See you, Chunko. Appreciate the funk. Function should move the turtle forward by an amount defined by the length parameter. Turn right 90 degrees, then move forward by length again. Each time the app calls your function, length will be replaced with a different value. First 240, then 120. Okay. So I need to, oh, this is just a corner, So if I run this, it'll work. Hey, did it not work? Is this not the, oh, wait. Right? There we go. Okay. Okay, well, I had that right. Huge. Three times this part. Right. Okay, cool. Epic. Next one. Now let's make draw corner function even more flexible. We add a second placeholder so the angle can also vary. I will call your function with different length and angle values. Just add the angle parameter after length and the definite. Okay. So we need angle here, and then angle. Oops, not angle. Angle. That should work. Did that work though? Oh, okay. No, yeah, I just wanted us to draw different types of corners. Okay, fair. Easy enough. I get it. Next one. Time to write a complete function from scratch. You will make a function that draws squares of any size. Draw square 200, draw square 100. Write a function named draw square with one parameter called length. Remember, this parameter is a placeholder that gets filled with the actual value when the function is called. Your function needs to move forward by length, turn right 90 degrees. This 4 times to complete all 4 sides of the square. Important, when the turtle finishes drawing, it should face right. So you need to turn right a total of 4 times. Okay, so we do func draw square, and then boom, and then length. Wow, hello. Oh my gosh. Chad, if you didn't know, I'm very bad at typing. I'm not the fastest typer in the world, I'll be honest. So we need, is it move, oh, not space, forward, move forward, length, and then turn right, and then by 90. So then we'll just copy this bad boy nope, nope, nope. And then run it. Yeehaw! Let's go. Too easy. I get it, guys. Let's create a function to draw rectangles with any length and height. I will call your function twice with different sizes. Your function needs two parameters, length and height. When the app calls your function, the first number replaces length and the second number replaces height. Use length when you move horizontally and height when you move vertically. This is the pattern you need to follow. Move forward by length, turn right. Move forward by height, turn right. Okay. So, or actually let me type length, height, and then length. Nope. Nope. What? Hello? Why can't I type it in? Wait. Work smarter, not harder, chat. Boom. 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 There we go. Okay. All right, so now that should work. And then he'll jump, and then he'll do a thing. Yippee! Huge. No offense, but this is clearly width, not length. Can we pasting 6 characters is crazy work? Obviously, I couldn't type it. Obviously, I could not type it. Oh, variables. I know variables. In this lesson, we'll take a first look at variables. In games, you'll need to keep track of many values that change over time. Player score, every character and enemy's health, the last checkpoint, and so much more. You need to store, retrieve, and update those values. We call those values variables. Variables are labels you use to keep track of values that vary over time. Here's an example of a variable tracking a character or monster's health. Var health equals 100. Fair. The line above defines a new variable named health and assigns it a starting value of 100. That is what the equal sign does. More than that level. Okay, cool. Function parameters, which you saw in the previous lesson, are another example of variables. In this lesson, we start using variables built into Godot. There are a particular kind called member variables. Member variables are attached to a game entity. They are useful properties like position, rotation, scale of a character. In previous lesson, we saw how we could use the rotate function to rotate our character. Right, of course. This function increases or decreases the value of an entity's rotation member. This function increases or decreases the value of the entity's rotation member variable. Say we want to reset the rotation to 0 and make the character upright. Using the rotate function can prove difficult. Using the rotate function can prove difficult. Jeez. You know the character's exact current angle to cancel it out. It's much easier to use the member variable rather than the function. The following code assigns the value 0 to the character's rotation, resetting its angle and making it upright. Yippee! Notice how we use equal sign to change the value of a variable. Boop. Accessing subvariables with the dot. In video games, you'll see many member variables that have subvalues. For example, the position we mentioned has two coordinates, x and y. It is the same for the scale. It has x and y subvariables. They respectively control the horizontal and vertical size of the game entity. Okay. To access those x and y subcomponents, you add a dot after the variable with the variable name. Wow, I fully lost my words there. The code below places the entity at 200 pixels on the x-axis and 250 pixels on the y-axis. Whoa! Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Pretty simple. Notice how we use the equal sign to assign the numbers on the right to subvariables on the left. Unlike in maths, in computer programming, the equal sign does not mean it is equal to. Instead, it means assign the result of the expression on the right to the variable on the left. We assign values so often in code that we prefer to reserve the equal sign for that. In games, the y-axis is positive going down. Note that in games, assuming your character's position starts at 0, 0, the code above moves the entity 200 pixels to the right and 250 pixels down. In math, the y-axis is generally positive going up by convention. The convention is the opposite in video games. In many computer applications, the y-axis is positive going down. Why does it point downwards? This may be confusing if you only saw the y-axis pointing up in math classes. However, in math, axes go in any directions. Hello. Axes go in any direction. They do not even have to be perpendicular. On the computer, position 0, 0 happens to correspond to the top left of your computer screen. Then it makes sense for coordinates to be positive when going towards the bottom right corner. Fair enough. This leads to another question. Why is position 0 the top left of the screen? This is due to computer and TV displays history. They would calculate and display pixels starting from the top left corner and moving down towards the bottom right corner. Sick. Hence, this only applies to 2D. This doesn't apply to 3D at all. I guess why would it? I suppose that makes sense. Let's look at the one last example before moving on to practice. The following code makes a character 1.5 times its starting size. Boom! Yeah! He's so big. X is right, left, Y is up, down, Z is forward, back. That makes sense. I get that. That does make sense. I can keep that in my brain. How do you access subvariables? Variables often hold subvalues. Like the position has two subvariables, X and Y. How would you access the X, for example? It's a dot. Boink. Minus Z is forward in Godot for some reason. Good work, Godot. Good work. Making it confusing. Love it. In a future lesson, we'll explain why and how those variables have subvariables. For now, just know you can use the dot to access them. We'll tell you which variables have some components, subcomponents, and what their names are. In the next lessons, you'll create your own variables and do operations on them, add, remove, score, health, you name it. For now, let's practice accessing variables. Draw a rectangle of 200 by 120 pixels at the X position of 120 pixels and Y position of 100 pixels. Okay. Cool. So we need to change this to no, wait. 200 by 120. And then the is that just it? I imagine that's just it. Okay. This makes sense to me. This makes sense. Fair enough. Draw 3 squares of size 100 by 100 that are 100 pixels apart on the horizontal axis. Okay. You should draw the squares starting position. Wait. You should draw the squares starting at the position 100, 100. This means you should position the first square at 100 on the x and 100 on the y. Remember, you need to use the equal sign to change the value of a variable like the turtle's position. Write your code inside run function so the computer can recognize it. Use provided draw rectangle function to draw each square. All right. So we go. Nope. Position dot x equals 100. Position y equals 100. Draw rectangle equal 100. Oh wait, actually wait, that's not right. 100 by 100. There it is. Or yeah, okay, yeah, right. So I need to draw 3 squares though. So I need to do this, but I need to change some values. So there need to be 100 squares on the horizontal axis. Okay, so I need 200, right? 200 here and 300 here? Or wait. There should be a 100 pixel gap in between them. So this needs to be 300 and that needs to be 500? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. All right, cool. I could have. Oh, I only had to do that. I didn't have to put that in there. Oh, that's right. I mean, I guess why would I? Because it already set that position there. So I didn't have to just put that a bunch of times. But I just copied it. But that makes a lot more sense. Okay. I'm getting a swig of water here. I got a YouTube studio notification where someone marked a time in one of my videos and just said 6:07. Huge. Instead of crime, I'm not adding new lines between the lines. My bad, Chief. My bad. My bad. The previous lesson, you used a predefined member variable called position. In your project, you'll need to define your own variables. Imagine that you need to track the player's health in your game. They may start with 5 health points. When taking a hit, the health should go down to 4. After another hit, it should be 3, and so on. To keep track of that, you can create a variable named health to which you add and subtract points. The example below introduces the print function, which outputs an argument to the output box on the left. Click the run button to instantly run the entire function, and click the step button to execute lines of code one by one. Debugger panel, bottom shows the current value of health variable. Oh, okay, I see. We made a function, we made a variable health, assigned it to 5. Now we're subtracting health by 1, and now we're printing it. Okay. Yippee! I understand. The most basic thing ever. After executing the first 2 lines of code, you'll have a health variable storing a value of 4. Below, we'll break down how you define new variables and explain the print function. Defining a variable. To use a variable, you must first define it so the computer registers its name. To do so, you start a line of code with the var keyword followed by your desired variable name, like func stands for function, var stands for variable. Variables are case sensitive, which means health and health are technically different variables. Be careful to use the same capitalization wherever you refer to the same variable, or you could be reading or writing to a different variable. The following line defines a health variable pointing to no value. You can think of it as creating a product label you have yet to stick into something. Cool, cool. Like with functions... Wait. Okay. Gotcha. Like with functions, a member variable's name must be unique inside a given code file. Creating two variables next to each other with the same name will cause an error. Okay, that makes sense. That is fair. To use a variable, you want to assign it a starting value. You can do so using the equal sign. This code assigns the value 100 to a new variable named health. Right. After defining your variable, you can access its value by writing the variable's name. 100. What's up, Erebus? As a dev that has been in the space for years, we all start somewhere and not to worry about too much stuff breaking / failing. Appreciate that. Like the wisdom. Yeah, I'm very new to this. People have been pretty supportive. Code above will display a number 100 to some output window. Notice we don't use the var keyword anymore as we need it to define a variable. Also, once you define a variable, you can change its value anytime within the equal sign. With the equal sign. Okay. Unity, Unreal, or Custom Engine? I'm planning on using Godot. This is the GD script tutorial. I mean, I'm open to going and trying other game engines, but this is what I'm going to use for the foreseeable future, I imagine. I've heard very good things about it. And I like they're explaining the GD script very, very well here. It's very easy to kind of process. It works first time, and if it does, something's going to break later. Since you typed one line wrong, 80% of programming is failing. That I do know. That is very true. About the print function. The print function is generally the first function you learn in academic programming courses. Of course. It prints the message or value you at some output window, often a black window with plain white text. It's often use print to quickly check the value of their variables when their game runs. In the app, we made a special output window that captures calls to print and displays a card to make it friendly for you. Yippee! Godot doing everything but putting hello world in their print functions. Here, the verb print means to send information to display on the screen. The function prints things on your computer display. It does not relate to printers. It does not relate to printers. I got you. Thank you, Godot. People don't know Godot. Interesting. I thought it was more well known. You know, I kind of thought so too. A couple people in here didn't know. I mean, it's not a big deal if you don't know, but I guess this wasn't maybe getting as much recognition as I maybe thought it did. Hey, thank you, Zero to Hero, for the sub. Appreciate it. Oh, and RA. Didn't see that before. Thank you. Thank you for the subs. Appreciate it. As we hinted above, GD script variables work a bit like labels. Assigning a value to a variable is like taking your label, the variable, and sticking it onto some item, the value. Like a supermarket has a database of product labels, the computer keeps a list of variables in your code. Given the variable name, the computer can look up the attached value. It has an important consequence. In GD script, you can stick that label to any other value. Okay. The above The above code is taking a label from the appropriate item and sticking it to the wrong thing. At line 2, the health variable holds a number. From line 3, health holds text. The computer will not let you do that. The code syntax and grammar are correct, but it's not good. Variable names should describe the value they contain. So a health variable with a text value will confuse your future self and other coders. It can also cause errors in your game. Later on, we'll see how to avoid this issue with variable types. For now, let's practice creating variables. Find a variable named health with a starting value of 100. Var. Wait, did I need to put... Was there some sort of like thing I needed to put after? It wasn't. I think I can just do that, right? Wait, no, that's not right. I can't do that. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I like Loki forgot what I was doing. What's up, K-Dog? Been lurking for a bit? Oh, let's go. Geez, Stream Elements. Wow. Thanks for taking a very long time to tell me that. Was it, did it need, yeah, wait, let me go back. Oh, I need to do function run and then define the variable. Okay. Okay. Var health 100. Okay, that's it, right? I think that's all I needed. Nope. Huh? Oh, did I not? Did I need to call it? Oh, don't create a function. Don't create a function. Okay. Well, how do I give it a value? Wait, I was not. I guess I didn't pay enough attention, did I? I can't just say equals 100. Unless I can. Oh, I can. Okay, sorry. That seemed wrong for a second. I guess I didn't quite take that in. Never mind. Okay. Well, glad I know that now. Okay. All the information's jumbling up in my brain right now. When you make a variable, you can choose to give it a starting value or leave it empty. Yeah, that makes... I don't know why I was like struggling to be like, you can't just do that. That's too simple. Even though it literally said it on the other thing. Whatever. We did it. Our character in game will have a health defining... will have health defining by the health variable. The higher the character's health, the further away the player is from losing the game. You'll struggle when learning. Yeah, we do. Health that changes adds tension to the game, especially if the player is fighting with low health. It's a resource that the player should manage carefully. The character's health might get low if an enemy attacks them or they fall into a hole. Me when I fall into a hole. We can create a function to represent damage in these cases. Take damage. And now you're dead. Whoa. The game's not working. He'll never die. Pass the amount of damage the robot... Wait, we pass the amount of damage the robot should take as a parameter. Line 2 subtracts amount from health. Okay. Note that the minus equals syntax, which achieves this. Shorthand we often use. You can also use a longer form, but both of these lines have the same effect. Both subtract the value of amount from the health variable. Health minus equal amount. Health equals health minus amount. Okay. Yeah. I've seen that before. That makes sense to me. You may notice that the health of the robot can go below 0. We'll see how to manage this in a future lesson using conditions. Ah, I see. The robot's health can increase instead of if the player picks up an item that heals them, or if they use a healing item. Let's go. You've been healed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is like that one Fortnite LTM back in the day when you had like a certain amount of time to like shield up and like heal, or like shield up and you had like 800 shield at some point or something, and you'd have to fight everybody. I really liked that mode. I need to bring that one back. That one was good. I don't remember what it's called. I don't know why this reminded me of that. You just keep healing past what your main capacity is, and then you fight with that amount. And then you can't heal after that, which is what the cool thing was. It's gonna go by 100. Also, once more, the short line health plus equals amount is equivalent to the longer form health equals health plus amount. Which of these would increase the health of the robot? This one and this one. Oh. In the following practices, you'll code the take damage and heal functions so the robot's health can decrease and increase. Take damage and heal. Okay, cool. Hi, little guy. I like this little robot. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. In our game, the main character has a certain amount of health. When it gets hit, the health should go down by a varying amount of damage. Add to the take damage function so it subtracts the amount to the predefined health variable. The robot starts with 100 health and will take 50 damage. Okay. So we do health. Was it? No, it was minus equals and then amount. That's just it, right? Subtract amount from health. Take damage. Run. Yeah, okay, cool. Thought there was something else I needed to do. I was like, no, that's just it. Yeah. Sweet. It's time to heal the robot up to full health. Write a function called heal that takes amount as a parameter. Okay. Func. Heal. Amount. And then we go health plus, no, not plus, plus equals. See, chat, you know, if I was learning this while I still, wait, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was thinking of my mute key and my OBS. I thought for a second I thought I had it set to my equal sign. No, I used to have it set to the whatever the line is. Never mind. I'm not talking about anything. Never mind, forget I said anything. Holy tangent. Alright. That's it. Yippee! Do. As we've seen, Godot has functions that do certain actions. For example, the show and hide functions change the visibility of things. We can also create our own functions to make custom effects like adding or removing health to a character. Godot also has special functions that we can customize or add to. Take the underscore process function. Or just, I guess I'll just say process function. The process function gets its name because it does calculations or continuous actions. It's like a juice factory, but that produces juice bottles. The bottles are always moving along a conveyor belt while different machines operate on them. It is similar in Godot, but this function can run hundreds of times a second. How many parameters is it? It's un parameter. The process function takes one parameter, delta. We'll look at what delta is in the next lesson, as well as show how to use it. Okay, cool. The process function won't do anything until we add something to it. You might notice the underscore in front of the function name. Sorry guys, my Wii just turned on. What the heck? Is this just... This is literally just the Wii menu music. I had like a visceral reaction to that. Wow. Lock in. It's good stuff. That's good stuff. Okay. You might notice the underscore in front of the function name. This is a convention programmers use to coordinate work. And it'll only make sense once you have experience coding in Godot. Heard that we said, I know, it's been a minute. I heard that. I was like, it like stopped me in my tracks. For now, all you need to know is that the function exists in your code, and it is called precisely process, then Godot will automatically run it every frame. Okay. When Godot draws on screen, we call that a frame. It's the same. Other game engines might use different names like update. Okay, I've seen update before. Why is the process function useful? Perhaps it is better to see the process function in action. Take the following example. Rotate 0.05. Whoa! Let's go! We're spinning, baby! Nice. When you click the button, set process true, you activate the processing on the robot. From there, every frame, the Godot runs the process function. Since we wrote rotate instruction, Godot is rotating the character by 0.05 radians many times a second. Multiple times a second. In practice, you will learn how to use the process function to rotate and move a character yourself. Rotating a character continuously. Continuously. Okay, so we just saw this. Rotate 0.05. Look at me go! I'm rotating so much. Wait, but I could rotate more. I could rotate so much more. Whoa, there I go. Oh my goodness, he's going so fast. Oh my goodness. Wait, does one actually... I don't think one might... Oh no, we're going, dude. We're cooking. We can't do that, though. Look at that. Look at us go. Look at us go. We're really moving. We're really moving. Ah. He's getting a little dizzy over here, though. Help him out there. Make the robot move in a large circle slowly by rotating it and simultaneously moving it along its X direction. To do this, add the rotate and move local X functions to process. Use a rotation speed of 0.05 radians per frame. Move the robot 5 pixels per frame. Okay? We'll do move. Local X 5. And then rotate. Look at us go! Look at my boy! I want to go a little smaller circle, though. See, that just looks like I'm spinning. I need like a 3 on this one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What if I... Little move local Y as well? Well, okay then. What if I just move by 1 though? Wait, are we gonna move across the screen? I'm just playing around here, chat. Time delta. We have seen how we can use our character's process function to make it move continuously. But it's not just our character that has a process function. Almost everything in the game has process function. Dozens of times per second, Godot runs every process function in the game to update the game world. After that, it displays an image of the game world on the screen. We call that an image frame. We call that image a frame. Godot then moves on to calculating the next frame. As this happens dozens of times per second, you get the illusion of movement. This is similar to how traditional animation works. Sounds like frames per second. You may have heard of frames per second, or FPS for short. Games often run at 60 frames per second, unless you're Bloodborne on the PS4. It means that everything in the game updates 60 times each second. The number varies while playing, depending on the game and the device it runs on. On powerful computers, you may get frame rates in the hundreds or thousands of frames per second. Let's look at the process function in more detail. What parameter does the process function take? Delta, because that's what's in there. Frames take varying amounts of time to calculate. Depending on the game, the computer, and what the game engine needs to calculate, frames take more or less time to display. There will always be small variations from frame to frame. That's why the process function receives a delta parameter. Delta represents a time difference. It's the time it took Godot to complete the previous frame in seconds. We can use it to make sure the game runs at the same speed on all computers. This is because different computers have different processing powers, so a fast computer will have more frames per second than a slow computer. If we ignore delta, movement speed will vary depending on the computer. Delta helps to make the game consistent for everyone. Okay. Well, all right then. Ugh. It's a value. It's the time it took to complete the previous. Oh wait. Well, yes. Technically, it's that. It doesn't vary each frame. Did I just completely miss that? Oh, there will always be small variations. Oh. Okay. Okay. The delta you get in process is a time difference in seconds. It will generally be a tiny decimal number. To apply delta, you need to multiply your speed values by it. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. No, okay. That took me a second. But I get that now. Multiplying by delta, you make motion time dependent rather than frame dependent. That is essential to make your game consistent and fair. Okay. Huge. Why do we use the number 3.0 in this example? At the top of the lesson, we made the robot rotate a fixed amount every frame, 0.05 radians. In the example above, we now multiply the argument by the very small delta value, a value much smaller than 1. It makes the robot turn at a consistent speed over time. Okay. However, multiplying a number below 1, like delta, makes the result smaller. To compensate for that, we need to make the robot turn fast enough. We use a larger number than before, 3.0 instead of 0.05. Those numbers have two different units. 0.05 is an angle in radians, while 3.0 is an angular speed in radians per second. Okay. When you multiply an angular speed by a time delta, it gives you an angle. Don't worry if it's a little confusing for now. It'll eventually click as you deal with speed, acceleration, and motion in your game projects. Why the time between frames matters. The time it takes to display a new frame varies. If you don't take that time into account in your code, your game will have gameplay issues and bugs. Godot provides that time to the process function through delta parameter. In the example below, the top robot moves using delta. As a result, it moves at a fixed speed. The bottom robot moves over a constant distance every frame without taking delta into account. It will move faster or slower than the top robot in your computer. Wait, eh? Oh, okay. I see. Oh, wait. Yeah. I see. It's a very important concept. I'm getting it. Multiplying time-sensitive values by delta makes them time-dependent rather than frame-dependent. Thanks to that, we get reliable movement over time. Frame times vary from computer to computer and from frame to frame during gameplay. Because frame times vary, if delta is not used, the movement speed will differ for each player, making the game inconsistent and messy. Okay. Yeah. I get that. What does this mean? Rotation speed times delta. We're multiplying rotation speed by delta. Okay. And that's a pretty simple thing just to make that work. It's a pretty simple concept, I guess. At the moment, rotation of the robot is frame dependent. Add delta to make the rotational speed time dependent. The robot should rotate 2 radians per second. What does it look like right now? Whoa! Oh my goodness. There I'm going now, baby. Alright, so we need to do rotate. Wait, no, I actually, wait, no, huh? Well, that wouldn't make any sense. Wait. Do I still need that there? Wait, I'm doing this very wrong. Oh, wait, oh. I see. I kind of see. I think I got a little confused here. Maybe I didn't fully understand this concept. Is it not? Well, I can't put that in there. I can't do that. Shoot, maybe I can. I keep overthinking things. Why did I not think that that was it? I think I just have a lot of knowledge in my head right now. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Because I knew I needed to do that, but I was like, wait, did I need to do that outside the thing? Okay. Okay. Yes. That makes sense. It's just the same as... Okay, yeah. This practice makes the robot move in a smooth circle using delta. The robot should rotate 2 radians per second and move 100 pixels per second forward. This combination makes it travel in a clockwise circle. Note, please write the values in the parentheses when calling the function. If you define extra variables, we will not be able to check your practice. Oop. Can't check my practice. Well, that's okay. Rotate two times delta, and then move. Wait, I wouldn't move. Oh wait. It's like what was it? Move something X. Move. I low-key forgot. Oh, move local X. Okay. And then that's 100. Do I need to do 100 times delta as well? Does that work? Okay, nice. Cool. Easy enough. This lesson will make our code easier to follow and understand at a glance. Take a look at this example. Function process delta rotate 4 times delta. What does the number 4 mean? That is how fast. Yeah, it's how fast the character rotates. That's speed. Speed. I am speed. I am Steve. Whoa, my bad. We can guess what a number represents by looking at the function names. But it is harder to recall what this number does by quickly looking at the code. We've seen how different functions have their own names. Using these names communicates to developers what functions do. Okay. As we learned in lesson 8, we can also assign labels to numbers to help us. We just put an FES limiter slider there and frame time graph. It definitely would show why using delta is important. I think they explained it pretty well, but yeah, maybe I guess that would help. Explain it. I get that it's a very important concept, and that if I don't use delta, it'll be different. Like, movement will be very different for everybody, for different people and different, like, computers and stuff. As we learned in lesson 8, we can also assign labels to numbers to help us remember what they do. We call these labels variables. Variable is a label for a value we can save, change, or read later. Let's recap how to define a variable. Okay. We improve the first example to make it clear what the number 4 does. Var angular speed equal 4. Oh, okay, I see. This variable is defined outside of the function. Okay. Leaving a variable makes the code easier for us to read and now and in the future. In the above example, which line defines the angular speed variable? If we define variables outside of functions, we can reuse them in different functions. Because any function can use variables we define outside of them, we call those variables script-wide. So, wait, because any function... Okay. Here we use the Angular speed script-wide variable in the post-process function, and lost myself to that sentence wholly. Started yawning and then I lost it. Here we use the Angular speed script-wide variable in both the process function and the set Angular speed function. Okay. We can also define variables inside of functions. We align the variable assignment by intending to make it part of the function body. Make sure to create the variable before using it. If we define a variable inside of a function, only that function can use it. So define variables. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Define a variable inside of a function. Oh. Okay. The angular speed variable only exists inside process. That, okay. Okay. Yeah. Learning to animate. I'm also scared. I'm also scared, but good for you following your passion. Hey, well, good luck to you as well. Good for you for learning animation. Animation's so cool. Hope it goes well for you. The angular speed variable only exists inside of process. Inside process because we defined it there. The set angular speed function can't use it. Trying to use it there will result in an error. Here's what this error might look like. Current scope. Set angular speed function cannot use the angular speed because it's not script wide. It's also in the set angular speed function. Thank you, Diane Porter. Appreciate the sub. Hi, Repeat. Hello. How are you? I'm here, but IDK how active I'll be because my internet's dying. Oh no. Relatable moment. Relatable moment. Yeah, we're game deving here. I'm trying to learn. I'm like taking a class right now on stream. It's pretty interesting. I'm doing pretty good, Repeat. I'm doing pretty good. Just kind of hanging out here. Where can we define variables? You can define them inside and outside, but you shouldn't. I guess it just depends on the function, right? Or it depends on what you want to do with it. Because you want to do it outside if you want it to be script wide, and you want it to be used in every single one, but then sometimes you might want to define one inside of a function. Those are also great at grouping values that control how a character behaves. Grouping them in this way allows us to easily change them. Okay. All right. In the following practices, we'll define variables and use them with some familiar functions to make our code more readable. Clarifying code using variables. Yippee, let's practice. Let's give 4 here a label so we know what it does. Create a variable called angular speed outside of the process function to make it script wide. This also allows us to use it in other functions too. Then replace 4 with angular speed. So should I call it here? Nope, that's what? How did I get there? Var angular speed equals 4. And then we call this speed. Run. Bada bing, bada boom. But you couldn't do this. Or below it though. That wouldn't make any sense if you could do it below it. Why wouldn't it let me like click things? You couldn't do that. That wouldn't work. Unless it would. Oh, I guess it would. Wait, but I'm always used to that. If something has to be above the other thing for it to actually like want to work. Maybe it doesn't matter for this. Maybe it doesn't matter for this. Another content creator I watched is voice challenge, just like yours, throws me off sometimes. Really? You think I'd know them? What's their name? Yeah, I wouldn't think you could define this below the function and then still call it in this upper function. But maybe because it's script wide, maybe that's just how it works here. It wants us to do it like this, so that's like how I'll do it, but I guess maybe you can do it like that. Does it say anything about it? Define, okay. Top of the script. So maybe it just works like that in this specific practice. Wollygug? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know them. I guess I have a voice twin. I'll have to like look at them and see if I agree with that. Wow. Wait, hold on. Let me just see this real quick. I guess maybe. I guess a little bit. I can kind of hear it. I get what you mean. I hear it a little bit. All right, what am I doing here? Something wrong with the code here. Can you see what it is? Run the code and read the error. Write the code so it works as intended. Oh, right. So this is not. I need to make this be a script-wide variable. So I'll do this. I'll do this, and I'll do this. And then it'll work. Yippee! Okay. Okay, chat. I'm gonna go through this lesson right here, this next lesson, and do the practice, and then I think I'll probably leave this one off. I'll probably end the stream after that. But we'll do this. We'll go through this one, and then I'll probably end it. In previous lessons, we decreased and increased the character's health, but there was no limit to how much health they could have. Function take damage amount, right? Function heal amount. As a result, the player can increase their health indefinitely, which we do not want. Yippee! And then it reminded me of that one Fortnite mode. That one epic Fortnite mode that I really liked, that they should bring back. Where you could heal, and then you have to fight with a bunch of health. So cool. How happens to health when we damage our character? Oh, I don't know why it said that. Any goals in mind for what kind of game you want to make, or just focusing on basics? I know, just focusing on basics. I have a couple like games in mind that I would want to make eventually, but I mean that's just way down the road. That's just way down the road. Suppose our character has 100 health. What would be the value of our health if we called take damage 25 5 times? Well, it should be 0, but it's going to be minus 25. Yeah. Create Flappy Bird. The next Flappy Bird. Get everyone addicted again. Remember how big that game was? That was insane. It was literally insane. How, like, people were, like, going crazy over that game. I feel like you don't see that anymore. I feel like no game has done that since Flappy Bird. You still play it? See, the thing is that I remember, like, I deleted... What did I have? I think I had it on my iPod Touch. I think I deleted it. I think I deleted the game before it got removed from the App Store, so I could never re-download it. It was very unfortunate. But I did play a little bit of Flappy Bird. Can you conditions to run actions selectively? Conditions make your code branch into two paths. If the condition is met, the computer will run the corresponding instructions. Otherwise, those instructions will not run at all. Ah, so a little if statement? Or is that little if, or is it if and else? Something like that. Video games and other computer programs are full of conditions. For example, game input largely relies on conditions. If the player presses a button on a gamepad, the character jumps. If statement, chat. Let's go. When the computer, when the computer checks a condition, this is called to evaluate a condition. All conditions evaluate to either true or false. Either the player is pressing the button or not. Either the character is touching an enemy or not. In our case, if health goes over a maximum value, we want to reset it to the maximum. To define a condition, we use the if keyword. We write a line starting with if, type the condition to evaluate, and the end line with a colon. Okay, cool. Notice the less than, or not less than, greater than comparison sign. We read this symbol as greater than. We've seen how function definitions use a colon at the end of the first line, nest content inside. In GDScript, this syntax is a recurring pattern for all code blocks. The computer knows which instructions belong to the condition because they are indented. Okay, I see. Yeah, so we're going to heal the amount, which is 25. And then if health is less than 100, health will equal 100? Wait. Oh, I see. Oh, if it's less than 100... Wait, but then wouldn't that make it... Wait, I think this is just... I need to not overthink it. Never mind. I was going to say, like, if we were less than 50 HP, wouldn't that just automatically put us up to 100 if we only want to heal 50? But I think it's trying to explain it more simple, in a very simple way. It's done that many times, and I keep getting tripped up on it. I think it's just trying to show simple concepts so that I'll understand it. And it's doing a good job of that. In the above example, we use the greater than syntax to mean greater than. We can compare numbers in other ways too. Greater than means greater than. Less than means less than. Equal means equal means equal to. Exclamation point equals means not equal to. Okay. Seen that before. That makes sense to me. Here's how we might use these in if statements. If health is greater than 100, pass. If health is less than 50, pass. If health is equal to 25, pass. If health does not equal 7, pass. What does pass do? Pass keyword prevents errors in our code when a line cannot be empty. For example, we must have a line of code. Wow, I just went into my Australian accent there. For example, we must have a line of code after a function definition or an if block. When you do not know what to write yet, you can use the pass keyword as a placeholder, and Godot won't give any errors. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Keep that in mind. In the previous example, if there was nothing below the if lines, Godot would give us an expected indented block after if error. Which of these statements is true? That's true. That's not true. That's true. That's true. There we go. If the keyword comes with a complementary else keyword, or else, if the if keyword comes with a complementary else keyword, you can write an else block after an if block like so. That's defining this. If speed is less than 100, print you're slow. If it's anything else, or like if it doesn't do this, then it prints the other thing. Me get. And because speed is over 120 or over 100, we're just gonna print your fast. The else block will run whenever the condition above isn't met. In the following practices, we'll use conditions and improve the way our character's health changes so it has limits. Ignore var keyword. Strongly typing the value is supposed to be is the best practice. What? Strongly typing what the value is supposed to be. Wait. That seems wrong. I don't know about that one, Chief. Float speed, for example, instead of var speed. I think you're talking a little too advanced for me right here. I'm still very beginner. Because it's bug prone. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that information at the moment. I might know what to do with that information later on. But I appreciate that information anyways. The series of if statements is all wrong. Change the comparison so that each comparison matches the instruction below it. Keep the values and statements as they are. Only change the comparison signs. As a reminder, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just very new to this, so. One is less than health. If one is greater than health, one is less than health. Oh, wait. I don't know why that statement confused me for a second. It's just that. Friend is equal to health. Health is equal to health. It's not equal to health. Okay, yeah, there it is. That should be good. We have a heal function that adds an amount to the character's health. Heal function that adds an amount to the character's health. Add to the function so the character's health is never greater than 80. Okay. Oh, whoops. I imagine reading this is as confusing as trying to figure out and memorize the second half of Gorilla's the band's lore. Very confusing. It's a lot of information. I have a little bit of benefit that I've seen this stuff before, some of it. But I'd still consider myself a true beginner. So if health is equal to, or wait, no, wait. If health is less than 80, we don't want to do this, right? Or let me copy this. If health, wait, I need to have one for the Acer. Less than 80, heal amount. Else, pass? I wouldn't pass, right? I learned so much Ryland lore for fun, and Gorilla's lore generally gets so hard to follow after like Act 3. Yeah, I know like nothing about Gorillas. Their music is just good. I wouldn't use pass. Maybe I would. No. Oh. Pass is just to not run it. Because about maybe when... Whoops. I got it, guys. I got this. I got this. Health limit is not too low. If health is less than 80... Or wait, actually we need less than or equal to. Oh wait, we're not supposed to use that yet. They haven't taught us that yet. They haven't taught us that yet. If health less than 80, then heal plus amount. Right? Else. I might look at it here. Condition to check. Yes. Okay, well, actually, wait. Maybe I can... Oh. Else. Health equals 80? What? I'm losing it here, chat. I think I lost something here. I got it, don't worry. I got this. You can use condition to check. So I'm checking. Wait. If health is more than 80, they don't want me to use that. No. Wouldn't they want me to? Oh, I'm dumb. I needed this here. I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. I see. I got it. This is here. And then we check. And then it determines whether it needs to be reset or not. Okay. Hold on. I got it. I just thought it was wrong. But it's not wrong. I just needed to add to it. Worst case scenario, I'll crash out on your behalf. Okay, good. Alright, so if health is more than 80, then health equal 80, right? And then else, well, else is do nothing, right? So it wouldn't be passed though. Let me see. I just keep wanting to use, oh, whoops. Ah, there we go. Let's go. That took me a second there. Oh wait, I did a little too much. I didn't need to do this. It would have worked this way. Function heal. Health, what's amount? If health is more than 80, health reset to 80. Okay, it just was a little more simple. I shouldn't have moved that in the first place. I was like, man, that just doesn't make sense there. I think the way I was trying to do it would have maybe gotten me to where I needed to be eventually, but this was the much more simple thing. Preventing health from going below 0. When the robot takes damage, its health can be negative. We might want to display the health number on screen, and like in Japanese RPGs. We don't want negative numbers. We want to stop at 0 instead. Okay, you're getting extra practice. Exactly. Nothing, hey, you know, mistakes, they're not bad. They're good things. Calling the function should reduce health by amount. Health goes below 0, set it to 0 again. Okay, so health minus equals amount. And then we go if health is more, more than, no, less than 0. Less than 0, then we go health equals 0. That should work. That didn't work. Oh, I keep forgetting to put colons. Gosh dang it. Colon, Marsh. Colon. Okay. Okay, yeah, we got that one. All right. All right, chat. Let's call it there. We'll learn more in the next stream. Very interesting. I feel like I'm starting to get some stuff. Hopefully within the next couple of streams we can start like actually getting in to the actual program and rather than doing this stuff. But I like this stuff. This is very easy to understand. They set it up in a very nice way for me. To where a very small-brained little boy can handle it. So yeah, I'm excited to learn more though. But for now, that's going to be it for me. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.